Barbara Hale confessed it all in the note she left behind that changes everything. Barbara Hale was born on April 18, 1922, in DeKalb, Illinois. Barbara was the daughter of Luther Ezra Hale and Wilma Colvin Hale. Her family later moved to Rockford, Illinois, where she spent her formative years. Growing up during the Great Depression, Hale's early life was filled with hard work, family devotion, and a quiet determination that would later define her career. Though she originally planned to become an artist and attended the Chicago Academy of Fine Arts, fate had other plans. Her beauty and poise soon attracted attention, leading her to modeling work and eventually the silver screen. Her entry into Hollywood came in the early 1940s when she signed with RKO Pictures. At first, she took small and uncredited roles, but it was clear that Hale possessed something special, a combination of sincerity, elegance, and quiet strength that made her stand out. Her early films, including Higher and Higher, 1943, and The Window, 1949, showcased her versatility. She played both light romantic parts and serious dramatic roles with equal skill. Over the years, she became a reliable and respected leading lady, appearing alongside major stars such as Frank Sinatra, Robert Young, and James Stewart. Audiences loved her for her warmth and intelligence, while directors valued her professionalism and natural presence before the camera. Barbara's greatest success, however, came on television, where she became forever immortalized as Della Street, the loyal and brilliant legal secretary to Raymond Burr's Perry Mason. The television series Perry Mason, which aired from 1957 to 1966, became one of the most iconic courtroom dramas in TV history. Hale's portrayal of Della Street was groundbreaking for its time. In an era when women were often portrayed as housewives or secondary characters, Della was confident, sharp-minded, and indispensable to Mason's legal victories. Barbara's chemistry with Raymond Burr was remarkable. They shared a deep mutual respect and friendship that endured for decades, both on-screen and off. Her performance as Della Street earned her critical acclaim and widespread recognition. In 1959, she won the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Drama Series, solidifying her place among television's elite. Even after the original Perry Mason series ended, Hale reprised her beloved role in more than 30 Perry Mason television movies between 1985 and 1995. These films introduced her character to new generations and proved that her charisma never faded with time. Working again with Burr until his passing in 1993, Hale remained the emotional heart of the series. Her calm voice, poised demeanor, and unwavering loyalty became synonymous with the essence of Della Street. Outside of her television fame, Barbara Hale's film career was equally impressive. She appeared in more than 50 feature films, including notable titles such as The Boy with Green Hair, 1948, Jolson Sings Again, 1949, and Lorna Doone, 1951. Each performance revealed her ability to bring depth and humanity to every role. Unlike many Hollywood stars, Hale managed to maintain a private and stable personal life amidst the glitter of fame. Barbara Hale was admired not only for her talent, but also for her dignity and kindness. She carried herself with quiet confidence, never seeking scandal or controversy. In interviews, she often spoke about the importance of family and faith, valuing her home life even more than her fame. Colleagues frequently described her as gracious and generous, a true lady in every sense of the word. Her success in Hollywood was not built on glamour alone, but on integrity, dedication, and genuine love for her craft. In 1945, while working on the set of the Western film West of the Pecos, Barbara Hale's life took a romantic turn that would define her off-screen happiness for decades to come. The movie, based on a Zane Grey novel, brought together a cast of rising Hollywood talents, among them a young, handsome actor named Bill Williams, whose real name was Herman August Wilhelm Katt. Williams was a ruggedly charming performer, known for his all-American looks and quiet confidence, and Hale was a radiant, poised actress who was beginning to make her mark in the film industry. During the long days of shooting in the dusty desert landscapes and the quiet evenings spent with the cast and crew, Hale and Williams developed an immediate and undeniable connection. Their chemistry was as natural off-screen as it appeared on camera, and what began as a friendly companionship soon blossomed into a deep and genuine romance. Hale was drawn to Williams's kindness, humility, and steady nature, qualities that stood out in the competitive, fast-paced world of Hollywood. He, in turn, admired her intelligence, her grounded demeanor, and her quiet strength. which complemented his easygoing personality. The two shared similar values, including a devotion to family and a belief in hard work, which would become the cornerstone of their marriage. As their courtship deepened, they became inseparable, often seen attending Hollywood gatherings together, though they both preferred quiet evenings at home to the glitz and glamour of the film scene. Their love culminated in marriage on June 22, 1946, in a modest but heartfelt ceremony that reflected their down-to-earth natures. Despite both being working actors, Hale and Williams managed to create a marriage that endured the challenges of Hollywood's demanding schedules and the constant spotlight. They were known among friends and colleagues as one of the most devoted and stable couples in the entertainment industry, a rarity in an era when many celebrity marriages were short-lived. Hale would later recall that their marriage was built on mutual respect and shared laughter, two things that never faded even through the toughest times. Together, they raised 3 children, 2 daughters, Jody and Juanita, and a son, William Catt, who would follow in his parents' footsteps to become a successful actor in his own right. The family was exceptionally close-knit, with Hale often putting family above career whenever possible. She occasionally turned down roles to spend more time with her children, believing that her greatest role was that of a mother and wife. Their home was filled with warmth, creativity, and encouragement. Hale and Williams both fostered an environment that allowed their children to explore their artistic passions while also emphasizing humility and kindness. Their son, William Catt, would go on to achieve fame starring in the hit 1980s television series The Greatest American Hero, and later appearing alongside his mother in the Perry Mason television movies, a collaboration that reflected the deep bond between them. Hale was immensely proud of her children, often speaking of how blessed she felt to have a family that shared her love for storytelling and performance. The marriage between Barbara Hale and Bill Williams lasted nearly half a century, standing as a testament to enduring love and shared devotion in an industry known for fleeting relationships. Through triumphs, career shifts, and personal challenges, they remained devoted partners until Williams's passing in 1992. Their relationship, founded on friendship, faith, and mutual respect, not only brought them joy, but also served as an inspiring example of lasting love in Hollywood, a love story that, much like Barbara Hale herself, was filled with grace, strength, and unwavering loyalty. For decades, Barbara Hale was admired as the poised and intelligent Della, the loyal secretary to Raymond Burr's Perry Mason on television. Their on-screen chemistry captivated millions, creating one of the most enduring partnerships in television history. But behind the scenes, there were whispers of a deep and complicated friendship, one that, according to a note Barbara reportedly left behind before her passing in 2017, may have been more meaningful than the public ever knew. This note, found among her personal belongings, has caused many to re-examine the bond between Hale and Burr, suggesting that their connection went far beyond the television cameras. Barbara Hale had always been private about her personal life, rarely granting interviews that delved into her emotions or personal relationships. However, in the note she left, she finally expressed feelings she had long kept hidden from the world. "Raymond was my rock," she wrote. "He gave me strength when I was uncertain, and he believed in me when I doubted myself." Those words revealed a glimpse into a bond that was deeply rooted in mutual respect and affection. Hale had worked with Burr for nearly 4 decades. From the original Perry Mason series, 1957 to 1966, to the television movies that reunited the cast starting in the 1980s. Their relationship endured through time, loss, and change. Raymond Burr, known for his commanding presence and gravitas, was a private man himself, often misunderstood by the media. Hale's letter suggested that the two shared an understanding that only they could comprehend. Ray had a gentle soul, Barbara noted. Behind the powerful voice and the intensity of his performances, there was kindness, humor, and deep loneliness. That statement shed light on the quieter side of Burr's life, one that Hale seemed to know better than anyone else. She often defended him when tabloid stories questioned his personal life, insisting that he was one of the most compassionate people she had ever known. What made Hale's confession so surprising was how it seemed to contradict her carefully cultivated public image as the calm, steady professional. The note revealed an emotional depth that she rarely showed in interviews. "There were days when I leaned on Ray more than I should have," she admitted. "He carried me through the long hours, through the doubts, through the years when I wondered if I still mattered in Hollywood." Her words suggested that Burr was not merely a colleague, but a source of strength during moments of uncertainty and loneliness in her own life. Their friendship began when Hale was cast as Della Street in 1957, a role that would define her career. She and Burr quickly developed an easy rapport, their conversations often filled with laughter between takes. Hale later said, "We didn't have to act the friendship. You could feel it." Yet what the public never knew was how that friendship deepened as they grew older. When Burr became ill in the early 1990s, Hale stayed by his side, visiting him frequently, even when filming was difficult. The note revealed that his passing in 1993 left a void in her life that she never fully recovered from. "When Ray left us, something inside me went quiet," she confessed. "I still heard his voice every time I walked into a set." What makes Barbara Hale's note so powerful is its vulnerability. It was not written for the public, but for her family, to explain the profound friendship that shaped her life, both personally and professionally. "I think we loved each other in the truest way," she wrote, "not through romance, but through the kind of loyalty that doesn't fade." That statement reframed their entire legacy. While Hollywood thrived on gossip about secret affairs and hidden scandals, Hale's truth was simpler yet more profound, a love that existed without boundaries or expectations. Her children, especially her son William Cat, later acknowledged how important Burr had been to their family. Cat once remarked that Burr was like an uncle to him, someone who always showed generosity and warmth. In her note, Hale confirmed that sentiment. "Ray was family," she wrote. "He wasn't just Perry to my Della. He was a part of our lives." When Barbara Hale passed away on January 26, 2017, at the age of 94, the entertainment world mourned the loss of a beloved actress. But for those who discovered the note, her final words offered a new understanding of the woman behind Della Street. They revealed a person who valued loyalty above fame, compassion above ambition, and truth above appearance. Her confession wasn't one of scandal. It was one of gratitude, of love, and of enduring friendship. In the end, Barbara Hale's letter didn't just change how people saw her relationship with Raymond Burr. It redefined what it meant to love someone deeply and quietly in a world obsessed with spectacle. "If I could speak to Ray again," she concluded, "I'd simply say, thank you for every word, every laugh, and every moment we shared in the story of our lives." Those words now serve as a poignant reminder that some of the greatest love stories are not written in scripts, but in the quiet spaces between two hearts that understood each other perfectly. Barbara Hale passed away peacefully at her home in Sherman Oaks, California on January 26, 2017, at the remarkable age of 94. Her death marked the end of an era not only for her devoted family and countless fans, but also for a generation of television viewers who had come to know and love her as Della Street, the poised and intelligent secretary who stood loyally beside Raymond Burr's Perry Mason for nearly 4 decades. Hale's passing was attributed to complications from chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, a condition that she had bravely battled in her later years with the same quiet strength and dignity that had characterized both her personal life and her career. Her death resonated deeply throughout the entertainment industry as colleagues, fans, and television historians paused to remember the woman whose grace and professionalism had made her an enduring icon. Tributes poured in from around the world, many recalling her deep bond with Raymond Burr both on and off screen. Together, they had created one of television's most enduring partnerships, a relationship built on mutual respect, affection, and an unspoken understanding that transcended the scripts they performed. With Hale's passing, many reflected on how she had become not just an actress, but the symbol of steadfast loyalty and quiet intelligence in an industry often dominated by glamour and ego.